Let's talk about the Eibishter for a moment. What is an Eibishter? You learn his Torah, you do his mitzvahs. Any idea who you're dealing with? So let's understand some fundamentals. There was only Hashem, there was nothing else. Nothing. Before he created the world, there was nothing. What does it mean there was nothing? Not that there were no rivers or no mountains and no trees. There was no thing. Nothing. There wasn't even a plan. There wasn't a need to create. Nothing existed that could possibly draw attention or interest. Nothing existed. Before a chicken lays an egg, the egg already exists. In potential. If there's a chicken, there's going to be an egg. That's not true of creation. It's not true that before the Eibishter created the world, it was in a dormant potential state. It just needed to be actualized. No, there was no potential state. There was nothing. There was just him. Just him. No, so what happened? So you come along and you tell me, well, he loved you so much. First of all, you didn't exist. Second of all, love didn't exist. So love had to be created, like on the first day, the day of Chesed. So love does not exist. So what happened? There was only him, and all of a sudden there was stuff. Now, of course, you can say, well, we don't know, we don't understand. Well, if you take that route, then our conversation is over. If you hide behind ignorance, well, then fine. You can't have a conversation if you believe in ignorance. And besides, there's a mitzvah of Yedias Hashem. If you simply dismiss him as unknowable, it's like dismissing your wife, I'll never understand you, and that's it. Not a nice position to take. It's not humble. It's a cop-out. So, let's imagine. There is nothing but him. Nothing. No feelings, no concepts, no principles, no rules, no potential. There's just him. That's why we have a hard time explaining creation. He is not a creator. It's not like until he created the world, he was only a potential creator who hadn't actualized himself. No, he is not a creator. He doesn't need to create. So what happened? Now, if you want to quit and just say, I don't know, but you don't do that. You come along and you give me a svara that God created the world out of love because he loves you, because he's a Baal Chesed, and the nature of a Baal Chesed is to do Chesed, so he gave us... So you are trying to explain it. If you're trying to explain it, then it makes sense. It doesn't make sense to say it was Chesed, because Chesed is one of the things that did not exist until the Eibishter created it. So what about the statement, Olam Chesed Yiboneh? The world was created with Chesed, not for Chesed. Because just like you can't justify God creating the world for sunny days and roses and tulips, you can't justify creation for Chesed. What makes Chesed worthy of existing? Why would Hashem be lacking chesed? That he has to create chesed and do chesed. Otherwise what? His mother won't be proud of him? And that's why to say the Eibishter created the world because he wanted to, that does not begin to answer the question. Where does want come from when there's nothing but you? So what do you want? There is nothing to want. And want itself is part of creation. So the real question is, how do you go from just him to something? The world was created out of nothing. Well, how do you go from nothing to something? In different words, you have to come to the conclusion that it was Hashem himself, God himself, the essential being of God that created everything. Why? Because that's his essence. Not something in addition to him. Nothing exists in addition to him. Because there's only him. He is everything. So not only is Torah essential to him, mosquitoes are essential to him. Otherwise there'd be no mosquitoes. The only difference is, it is essential to have mosquitoes because Torah has to be practiced in a world of mosquitoes. But not that the mosquitoes are the end goal. They're essential to the plan. But the goal of the plan is Yisrael and Torah. Bishvil Yisrael and Bishvil HaTorah. But where does anything come from? From him. And if you think that it comes from some place other than him, then it's Avodah Zarah. No?